Okay, so I'm going to share the raw, I guess, naked truth surrounding trading futures, the ups and downs that most people go through when they start, dabbling or looking or have interest in getting into this business. Is it difficult to get into? It's not difficult to start. Is it difficult to maintain? Yes, because a lot of people they have this misconception that they believe that trading's easy. I have the money, so if I put the money to use, I can make money, right? Well, that is about 50% true and 50% not. Because just like anything else in life, you have to spend time learning how to do it. So you have to educate yourself the same way you did when you probably were, went through schooling, high school, college, got a degree, found a job within the field, and then you became greater at what you do over time because you become more seasoned and you learn. All right, it's the same thing about trading. But one thing about when it comes to the future markets or any particular market at that, we don't control what actually happens in regards to the overall systematic flow of the markets. We don't push and pull as retail traders, okay? We don't have that kind of capital to be able to do so. So we're into the business to take what I like to classify as crumbs off the table and ride the coattail of the banks and institutions. Understanding what they leave on the table for us to basically, play from, okay, or to take. So when they are setting up nice areas of supply or demand, we're looking to, capitalize on their setups, okay? And lots of times you'll see where they'll make traps or set traps within the market to, basically stop individuals out that don't know how to trade the correct way. So if you're someone that's retired or, you're interested in quitting your job at some point or shifting over because maybe you're burnt out from your shift level job or your 9 to 5, maybe you have a warehouse type job, or maybe you have a professional job and you're interested in doing something else with your life because now you're just tired of doing chasing, like most of us probably have done for many years. A lot of people out there who are watching this, the rat race, okay? Having to wake up and everything being kind of mundane, where it's kind of wake up, reset, the next day, do it all over again, all right? No one wants to live Groundhog Day for the rest of their life, right? So that's why a lot of people step out on a leap of faith to basically set up shop and create something of their own, all right? I believe probably the most successful people in this world, and whether it's you watching this today, tomorrow could be something else in regards to, may turn that leaf of that coin and be able to become more profitable in what you started in time than the kind of money you've ever made working for someone else. And that's the thing. You have to understand that when you're working for yourself, you create your own business, you are able to reap more of the benefits than, working for someone else. You're just basically helping them get richer. Why not help yourself, become rich, or not just rich, but become and step into a place of wealth, right? Generational wealth that you can leave behind for your kids. So if you're actually someone that's retired and you have interest and you want to actually trade futures for a living, or you say, hey, I'm at the point where I'm ready to stop working. I'm ready really to, stop. I want to quit my job and find something else. And you say trading is going to, you're interested in trading. It's a great, viable opportunity. I will say that now. Now there's ups and downs when it comes to this business. I will say that because there's just so much that you need to actually know, okay? Where to start from, what platform to use, what broker to turn to, what data feed should I be relying on, what strategy should I be relying on, what trading plan should I put together for myself. There's a whole lot, okay? And so much more than I've just actually even talked about. I'm just scratching the surface, all right? But strategies, risk management, trade management, you've got to educate yourself on so much and put a plan together that's going to work for you. All right, the upside to trading futures, there's no cap. You can make as much as you want to. Of course, you have to have, capital being built over time and growing your account over time to be able to trade more and make more, right? And be strategic about doing so and following that set of rules that you put into your trading plan. So again, there's no ceiling. There's no cap. Okay. That's number one. All right. You can make as much as you want within these markets. Okay. You have to pick and choose what markets you want to trade. Number two, say, for example, you get to spend time more with your family because now you are able to afford to be able to do so. Okay. Trading like me most times 2 hours a day. And then you can spend time with your kids. Right now, if they're on summer break, spend more time doing things, going on vacations, or just spend time if it's just you and your partner with your partner, okay? Finding things to do because now you're able to just work 2 hours a day versus working 9, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. 2 hours is all you need to do and shut it down, okay? And most times, I think a trade, it's going to be somewhere between pre-market and about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And you guys that know that are part of the Discord community, I'm done after that. You rarely ever see me trade in the afternoon session. So that's one of the upsides to actually being able to trade futures is really being able to minimize the amount of time and not have to exert so much energy, working for someone else and helping them obtain a goal set for themselves to where they want to become wealthy or rich. And that's the goal, right? Create something of your own and make it your own. That's the beauty about being able to trade, okay? And you have to be smart. I will say that now, and be very wise to which, kind of be selective of what trades you want to take. So number one, like I said, the ceiling, no cap. Number two, being able to spend time more with your actual families. I'll say this for number three, being able to do it no matter where you are at. The comfortability of your own home, whether you're sitting in a pair of pajamas or you are sitting on a beach somewhere on the opposite side of the world, okay? You can do it anywhere, globally is what I'm trying to say. As long as you have a Wi-Fi or plugged in directly to the internet, some means, whatever the case is, from a laptop, as long as you have a connection, you can actually trade, okay? I will say that right now, and you can make money. Some people do it on their phones. I don't recommend that. I like to have the real estate space where I can look at my charts and see, from a broader perspective, be able to blow things up and really look at the full picture. So that's another perk, being able to do it right from your home, okay? All right? So even if you're on vacation and you say, hey, spend a little money, I'm going to make it back up tomorrow in the market, right? So you could do that. Let's say you taking your family on vacation, you spend some money that day, more than you plan on, tomorrow is another day. You could treat the markets like a form of an ATM machine and just cash out the next day, right? So that's another perk or upside of being able to trade futures to anyone out there that wants to start a business doing so, all right? And, another upside to being trading as well, like so we can say this number four, right, is being able to own your own business, okay? All right, even though you don't have any employees that work for you, you are your own employee. It's just you and the machines. That's it. You, your charts, and basically not say who you're going against because you want to trade with the banks, institutions. That's when you become wise and smart. I don't want to trade against what's going on. Why do I want to trade against the moving train? You shouldn't be doing that. Trade what you see, what makes sense in the direction of what the banks and institutions are doing. Follow their movements or their footsteps. So there's so many perks and upsides to being able to trade directly from home, okay? Being able to have endless caps of income or money that comes in, a trading, okay? And you can trade multiple markets in doing so. You're not stuck to just trading one particular market, all right? Now, I know just as much as there's so many perks and upsides to being able to trade futures, there are some downsides. And this comes with the territory of running any particular business. For one, all right, let's say one of the downsides is like now I'm not employed with a company or corporation, I don't have the health benefits or whatever the case is. Well, you're going to have to spend a little bit more money probably and, seek out and get your own coverage for yourself. Okay. All right. Or maybe start a business for yourself. And, if you could possibly, probably not with trading, but you'd be able to set up a business insurance plan. Okay. Whatever the case is. But, anyways, outside of what I'm trying to say is that you have to get your own insurance, okay? There are some things you're going to spend a little bit more money on, and that's fine because you should be looking at the kind of money you're really probably making. And insurance we all need insurance, health insurance for one, life insurance, things of that nature to help protect us and our families. But yeah, you're going to have to pay for those things out of pocket, and it may cost a little bit more because you're now self-employed or you own your own business, and you're able to, and now you have to pay a little bit more for those other expenses. But outside of I say expenses, there's not a whole lot of expenses like running, if you're running a full-on or flagship type business, or you had a storefront or any type of frontage location or any kind of business where you have a lot of overhead. That's one thing about trading, there's not a lot of overhead, okay? You may pay for a platform fee, you may pay for commission fees, things like that. But as far as the kind of costs that could be that could cost you in any other business, your cost is very minimal in trading. As long as you're controlling, your trades and knowing when to get out of a trade, you're not taking major losses. What I'm trying to say. So, As far as like other downsides to actually trading, I'll say this right now. One of the biggest ones is the psychology piece. All right. I always talk about the 90% of most people who fail at trading is because they are suffering from something that they can't control with their own psyche. Fear, greed, chasing trades, revenge trading, all this stuff. That's one thing about it, is that it can become a vicious cycle. And these markets are designed to for you to lose. So you have to, again, be wise and put a plan in play for yourself so that you can, kind of be able to become profitable, be able to become consistently profitable, and be above and basically learn how to control your own psyche. I mean, that's one of the things that all traders suffer with. Because some people aren't patient. Some people are just very irrational. They get in and out of trades, and they don't know why they're taking the trades. It may look like a clean setup and to them, but it's really not a clean setup to somebody that's more experienced. So, when it comes to trading too, it's like going back to school. I'll say that's a downside, because you have to really spend time and educate yourself. Some people pick it up quicker than others, but there's a lot that goes into that. But I will say this, the number one thing, if you spend time and you really conquer and master market structure, then you're more than probably 80% or more there, okay? Because you understand the flow of the market. You know how to look for reversals. You know which way that you should be actually trading and not going against the grain. But again, like learning something new, educating yourself, that shouldn't hinder you from, or be a deterrent for you to, want to learn something that's going to benefit you and your family, and it's going to help you become your own basically employer, in a sense, when you can start a business on your own surrounding trading. It's the greatest thing. It's the greatest feeling of being able to have something of your own and knowing that you learned something that you can turn into a business. Okay. So yes, there are upsides. Yes, there's downsides. And possibly I would also say this could be a downside as well, because some people, they look at it as a negative thing, but it's really not. It's better to not have taken a trade that day than force a trade and lose. So it's basically saying, like, it's better for you to not take a trade and, lose any money. So a lot of people feel like they have to take a trade, or I just haven't worked today. No, that doesn't mean that. When we're trading, you shouldn't be in the markets tied to them, from 9:30 to 4 o'clock or 4:30, whatever the case is. Why would you want to spend that time trading all day long? Okay. Unless maybe you're a swing trader, position style trader. I'm scalping. I'm looking for 1 or 2 setups in and out the market, and that's going to be it. And then I'll do it again the next day. And practicing proper risk management to be able to live to take another trade the next day. That's probably one of the biggest things that you really need to master and understand, okay? Because you don't want to blow your account, all right? So a lot of people feel as if that if they don't take a trade that day, that they really haven't worked, okay? So they keep spending time, hours upon hours every single day. You force this stuff, you're going to lose, and you're going to blow your accounts, okay? So if there's 5 days in a week, and let's say you don't trade 2 of them, and let's say you trade 3 of them and you're profitable, there's nothing wrong with that. Just think about it in terms of, I really only worked 3 days this week. I only took 3 trades this week, or maybe, I don't know, 6 trades this week. If you're just going for a 2 trade max and you only trade 3 days, 6 trades, right? Again, it's better to not have traded at all than start to lose money, okay? All right. Some people, again, they feel as if I don't trade today, then I haven't made an income today. I need to make an income every single day, because at my job that I was working, that I was getting a check every week or a check every single month. I worked every day and I had income coming in every day, or I earned an income every day. Well, the difference with trading is that some days are just going to be bad days. The market may be ranging, and you just have to hold it out. Don't force anything though, because just because you didn't trade today, you may come into the market the next day and made as much as you would in a whole week in that one trading session, if that makes sense. So that could be, yeah, I guess if you look at it as a downside, but to me, I look at it as an upside, as becoming your own entrepreneur. Okay, so to anyone out there, again, as retired or is on the move to look forward to maybe resigning or quitting their job at some point to find something new, and they really want to get into trading business, into trading and turn it into a business. Here's some upsides and some downsides to, that may help you out. Okay. Now, again, I'm just scratching the surface, but I just want to talk about, from my standpoint, the beauty of trading more. So there's a whole lot more upside than there are downsides. I'll tell you that. Okay. Because those downsides, you could quickly, work through them. I'll say it like that. Okay. Then and then everything else is an upside. Okay, but overall, just the kind of money you can make in trading, I don't know any other profession that you can make as much in a quicker amount of time than trading. That's what I want to share with you guys today. And if you're interested in understanding, how I personally trade, the strategy I use, we have a great community of Discord members. You can join it. It's for free. The link is down in the description portion of the video. So if you scroll down, you'll see it there. You can join us. Come over on the trading floor. That's where I share my trades that I take. You'll see me I'll do screenshots. We basically screenshot our trades and be able to share it with the community members of things. And then most times I'll go back in and I'll break those trades down. So, there's a couple of things here. What you're watching now, this is the public side of the channel. There's a private side of the channel to where I share really, lots of valuable information where I break down my trades. So it's like as if you were sitting next to me and I'm showing you, I'm walking you through the trade setup. We're talking about structure, stop loss, placement, profit target areas. I break those trades down, the same ones that I posted over in the Discord, so that you can understand why I took the trades. Because a lot of people, they have a hard time. It's like they can see the setup in a sense, but they don't understand, why someone may have taken the trade, or where to get in at and where to exit at. Those type of questions. So those are things that I actually break down in the trade breakdowns, which have helped so many people that are part of the Discord community as well. But you also get the video playlist, which is a series of videos that I put together that basically kind of say, not say rank, but they are videos that carry with a lot of the information, the valuable information that I talk about and surrounding the way I trade are covered within that video content. All right. But also you received a great video that I did on market structure as well. So anyone who's suffering or struggling to understand that concept. So if you want to become an elite member, the link is down in the description portion of the video. Now there's basically two tiers. Excuse the background noise. We got a thunderstorm on where I'm at. But you can become either an elite member or a ultra elite member. And there's a difference there surrounding the types of perks and rewards that you receive. So if you become a regular elite supporter, you receive the trade breakdowns, the video playlist, and the market structure video. If you become an ultra elite supporter, then you receive the video playlist, the market structure video, you receive the trade breakdowns, my live recorded trading sessions. I just did another one today, and market recap videos where I go back and talk about what took place on the day, basically after the market has actually closed. Normally I do it the next day. So you can become an ultra elite as well. And there's tons of video content there that if you spend time watching it, you'll understand more so the strategy, what to look for, and especially surrounding structure, because that's important. Being able to understand which way to truly trade is the most important thing. Okay. So if you want to become either an elite or an ultra elite member, it's only pennies on the dollar on the day. I'm gonna be honest with you. The first one, the elite, the basic or general elite supporter group, it's only $6.99 a month. That's basically what, 25 cents on the day. And then if you want to become an ultra elite where you receive all the perks and rewards, then it's $14.99 a month. Again, this type of stuff, we're talking about pennies on the dollar. Think of how much you may spend on coffee every single week. Here's something that on a monthly basis that for only $14.99 a month can change your whole outlook and can really help you in your own trading. Okay. I can't guarantee anything because everybody sees the markets differently and they read them differently. So I can only share with you the information that works for me. Okay. And walk you through the setups and help you out that way, okay? But if you're interested in becoming an elite member, the link is down in the description portion of the video. It's titled Ultra Elite Supporter. Click on that. You'll see 3 tiers pop up. Choose the one that's going to most benefit you surrounding the perks and rewards, okay? But again, if you become an Ultra Elite, you get everything, okay? You get all the information surrounding the live recorded trading sessions, trade breakdowns, the video playlist, market structure, the market recap videos, all that stuff, okay? But outside that, if you haven't already taken time to subscribe to the channel, please take time by clicking the sub button down below. Make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking that bell. And if you haven't already, click on the like button. Please make sure to drop me a like on the video if you found value in today's content. Take care. See everyone in the next one.